too many people have spent generations building up this city for it to be destroyed by thugs who, in a very senseless way, are trying to tear down what so many have fought for.
The mayor and many others have called us thugs, but yet we know that money is being allocated to youth-led initiatives. So where do they get that from?
As a young person myself, one, I'm not a thug. I'm a productive member of society. Number two, the thug myth is bullshit. Number three, right? I've taught plenty of young people from all walks of life. They are not thugs. They are really intelligent, creative, beautiful people. It is our duty. This is our duty. I don't do this for fun. Like, I'm not out here organizing, giving up my nights. I was at my job this morning, and then I'm out here. And I'm out all night, every night till 1. It's a duty. Don't get me wrong, I love building with people. But I'd much rather be a 22-year-old going traveling the world having fun. That's what I would love to do, but right now my city needs me, right? And so this is duty. It's also my duty to make sure that my people are taken care of, right? It is also my duty to do that. Because what do I have to lose? Like, any day I could be the next Freddie Gray, Mike Brown. You could be the next Rakia Boyd. Like, any of us could be gunned down. And I don't want to see that happen to nobody else. I don't want nobody else to have the pain of losing their family.
What they did made it better for me and you.
Imagine a Baltimore City where it was as easy to get a guitar as it is to get a gun. What would Baltimore City look like? But even more importantly, what would Baltimore City sound like? The next Peter Tosh could be in Gilmore Homes. The next Jimi Hendrix, could be in Cherry Hill Homes. So it's our responsibility as adults to work, to go into overdrive to make sure young people are able to express themselves and learn art in a strong way.
Music can make a change. So by learning Peter Tosh music, which if you listen to his music is like a soundtrack for now, they'll get to understand that they can have a role in changing society with their music. And also they'll be learning how to deal with police brutality, how to communicate with police officers, how to understand the justice system itself and elected officials, and really understand their society so they can know how to make a change and maybe advocate and bond with them. Because the issue right now is a human issue. It's connecting with other humans from heart to heart. And I think that disconnect is why we're experiencing what we're experiencing today.
Black youth, specifically black youth in marginalized communities in Baltimore, they've been living under curfew conditions for a long time. I don't think the curfew is effective at all, and I'm so happy that there are young people on the ground. And to be honest with you, that there is a cross-generational effort, which is important. Young people, old people, elders working together around issues related to social justice.
Some of the youth that we work with are so used to the police brutality that they weren't really fazed emotionally about what had happened, but they're very excited that maybe there'll be justice so that they're not harassed and by the police. But also some of our youth have been working with the cadets, the new class that happened, so we're really fielding and working on developing a new relationship and a new narrative so that the police and the children understand and know each other and become a community family versus them and the us and that kind of thing. I think now the world gets to know what's really happening here. It's vibrant, it's diverse, it's 63% black. It's a lot of universities are here, and the people are resilient. They never really had to. We never had a situation like this since '68 in regards to them having an uprising of some sort to fight and advocate. I had a friend that said he took pictures of Baltimore at Penn and North and said these houses have not been bombed. This is how it usually looks. So maybe people will start understanding the need for investment in Baltimore versus ignoring and just kind of saying, okay, I'm gonna stay in my silo or my institution.
To the youth of this city, I will seek justice on your behalf. This is a moment. This is your moment. Let's ensure that we have peaceful and productive rallies that will develop structural and systemic changes for generations to come.
How do you feel about being out at the protest?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Have you been out to any of the other protests this past week?
No.
This is our first one.
This one is more peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been to protests before at all?
No.
Why did you come out today?
Because we need proof for our homework. And this one is more peaceful than the other ones are.
So you heard about the announcement today, right?
Yes.
And how y'all feel about that?
I celebrated in class. I'm happy. Black Lives Matter.
We all agree.
Be peaceful.
Awesome. This is my first protest, so I came. I'm like, oh my God, here they are! I just jumped off the bus and came and joined, and I was like, this is great. This is everyone coming together from all the colleges and all the races, just coming together. It's great. So,
like I said, I think this nonviolent approach, it does work, but I think we might need to reevaluate some of the strategies that we kind of been going through and moving forward, especially here as students at Morgan. We did participate in the sit-ins, so it's time for us to make a change. Make history today in 2015, though. I will say that, though. Fight the power, that's how I feel.
Yeah, let's be very clear. I was not the main organizer of this. This was our young people. I just provided support. I firmly believe in allowing the youth to lead and for me to follow. That was the way I was taught. When I was growing up in the Algebra Project, Jay followed orders. And the same way when young people ask me when they need help, I say, you tell me and I'll support you in any way I can. That is organizing because the youth will lead the movement.
Yeah, well, I was served really as a mentor for a lot of the students that organized it. Some from Goucher and some from Towson, and black students that had expressed interest in working on this issue.
There's a lot of attention right now to police brutality and anti-black racism in Baltimore. What was your experience like as a black student in Baltimore County and in Towson and in Towson University?
Well, one of the things that myself and many of my colleagues and leaders of A Beautiful Struggle did was that we used Towson as a training ground for how to deal with institutional racism in larger society. And so, of course, Towson being a predominantly white institution, so you have much of it not literate in issues dealing with people of color. And so you have all the same systemic issues you have in larger civil society. But we were able to kind of develop kind of an organizational capacity on campus to really push hard on certain issues that otherwise wouldn't have gotten talked about.
Do you feel there's a lot of anti-black racism at Goucher?
Atmosphere isn't anti-black or racist, but like the people that you see as professors are usually like white professors. There's a lack of minority professors like being role models for us. The atmosphere is definitely very like welcoming of all types of people, but the actual institution itself isn't like set up for like black success, I would say.
Everyone needs to come out here and support because this is a really important thing that we need to stay together and fight for this because this needs to stop. Okay, people are dying every time and this needs to stop. We need to speak out and we need to stay together. We need to be a community and just come out here and say what we think, say what we want, and just end this, put an end to this.
People need to think about long-term plans and actually continue to be involved in some way. Because oftentimes with protests, with movements such as this, it just kind of blows over and people forget about it because it's not in the media.
The next step is for us to use the energy to build independent black institutions. Because that's the only way this movement is going to be sustainable. It's beautiful to be in these moments and see all these people coming together. But if we want to really deal with institutional racism, that means giving power up to those in the community most directly affected by white supremacy and racism so that we can have sustainability and really the power to enforce the things that we want to see as it relates to criminal justice, police brutality, etc.
I wonder what you think white students' roles are in this. And if you have any suggestions for white folks who are out here, especially young white folks, in how to approach a black-led movement.
It is to work in their own communities, to deal with racism and white supremacy within their own communities. Support and be led by black-led grassroots organizations. So in terms of financial support, which is very important, ceding authority and deferring to black people.
I personally, and I'm strictly speaking for myself, I would like to see that the Police Bill of Rights is amended. I would like to see that the people's rights are put before theirs. Brother, what do you think?
One, I completely agree with you on that. We have to completely amend and almost do away with a lot of things in the police and law enforcement officers' Bill of Rights. Also, what I want to see is the building of institutions and infrastructure for black youth. Like, that's what we need. We need to build things for our people because obviously they don't care about us. Like, really. And so we have to build. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to build for ourselves, and that's what I hope this engagement continues, and we're allowed to have resources to build things for ourselves, because that's what's happening right now. People are trying to, every person, even if you only give $1 to one of these organizations, or even if you only buy food. Like, personally, Block doesn't really care for money. We prefer for you to bring us supplies so we can build, so we can go out in the community and build with people. Like, that's what I want. I want to keep people engaged. I want to see Baltimore become a community again. That's what I want to see.
Look at this collaboration right here.